Jesse and Jane's secret connection over a new TV. Get ready for an exciting ride into Season 2, Episode 7 of Breaking Bad. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more awesome recaps. A lively band plays a narco corrido, singing in Spanish about Walter and the fierce Mexican cartels. The catchy chorus rings out, the cartels bout respect, and they ain't forgiving. But that homie's dead, he just doesn't know it yet. The music fills the air, setting the stage for a wild story of danger and choices. A student worried about his 58 on Walter's test begs for 2 extra points, using excuse after excuse. Walter shakes his head and says, "Don't fool a fool." The answer is no. Then he pulls a cell phone from the ceiling and tries to call Jesse. After hearing the voicemail for the 3rd time, he sighs and says, "Just forget about handling that problem we talked about last week." Walter rushes to Jesse's apartment, knocking loudly on the door. Jane steps out of her place and asks what's going on. Walter claims he's Jesse's dad, but she won't let him use the master key. Finally, Jesse appears and opens the door, looking surprised to see Walter. Once inside, Jesse tells Walter about the crazy thing that happened with Spooge and the ATM machine. He struggles to explain, saying, "There was so much blood, you wouldn't believe it." Walter gets worried that Spooge's girlfriend might recognize Jesse, but Jesse insists she was too high to remember anything. Just then, Badger leaves a voicemail for Jesse, saying he sold his drugs and is ready for more business. Jesse says he needs a few more days to feel better and asks Walter to handle the next pickup. Hank starts his first day with the DEA Border Patrol. He tries to fit in, but his tough personality doesn't match the team. Everyone notices that he doesn't speak Spanish, which makes things even harder for him. Walter meets Jesse's dealers at a museum. They tell him the word on the street is that Jesse killed Spooge, and now everyone is scared. Because of that fear, collecting money from customers has become a lot easier for them. Skylar goes for a data entry job at a company she used to work for. As she leaves, she sees Ted, the owner's son, and they chat about their kids. Skylar mentions she's interested in the job, and Ted surprises her by offering her old job in the accounting department. Walter tells Jesse they should expand their territory and sell drugs to more areas in the city. He wants Jesse to hire more dealers. Jesse worries that other crews won't like this and might get mad. Walter compares Jesse to a blowfish, small and weak, but able to puff up and look tough. This makes Jesse feel better about the idea. Just as the scene ends, Walter starts coughing hard. During a meeting with Tortuga, a cartel informant, Hank gets frustrated. He tries to push the man for information, as Tortuga slowly tells the other agents what he wants in return for his help. Tortuga then says that his name means turtle. "I take my time, but I always win." Skylar tells Marie about her new job. While they chat, Skylar mentions that Ted got a little too friendly with her at a company party before. She explains that Ted is married with kids, and it will not happen again. Skylar also says money is tighter than Marie thinks. When Walter comes home, he rushes to the bathroom and starts throwing up in the toilet. The next morning, Skylar gets dressed and is excited for her first day at the new job. Walter worries because Skylar had said she left her old job because of the welding fumes. Jane shows Jesse a drawing she's making. She designs tattoos for a shop, but doesn't have any tattoos herself, saying that's way too big of a commitment. As they talk, a guy on a motorcycle drives by and recognizes Jesse. He shouts, "Hey, you're Pinkman. Everyone's been talking about you." Jane hears the last name and looks surprised, so Jesse quickly walks away. Hank and several DEA agents wait above a valley for Tortuga to arrive. 2 agents whisper in Spanish, saying they aren't impressed with Hank and that being a hero in Albuquerque isn't a big deal. Using his binoculars, Hank spots Tortuga's head on the other side of a ridge. When they get down there, they are shocked to find Tortuga's head stuck on top of a tortoise. Hank feels sick and quickly goes back to one of the vans. As the other agents tease him about being queasy, a huge explosion shakes the area. The head was rigged with explosives, and agents are lying around in chaos. Hank ties a belt around the thigh of a man whose leg was blown off, staring in shock at the terrible scene. Jesse gathers his dealers and announces they are staking our claim that we sell what we want, where we want. He tells them to hire more dealers to work under them, saying, "Layers, like nachos." Walter and Jesse meet, and Walter looks very serious. He thinks they need to raise the price of their meth to make more money. While Skylar is setting up her desk, Ted walks in to welcome her to the office. She thanks him for the job, and he replies, "You don't have to thank me, I need you." He mentions that he and his wife are separated now, and suggests they have lunch together, like old times. After setting up his new TV, Jesse hears Jane come home. He listens through the wall until she goes out back to smoke. Jesse walks outside, pretending he didn't know she was there. He admits he lied about his last name, and that Walter is not his dad. Then, he invites her inside to see the TV. While they wait for it to get a satellite signal, Jane reaches over and takes Jesse's hand. To be continued. Make sure you don't miss what happens next. Hit the like button, subscribe, and ring the bell to stay tuned.